So, RoDena, is that your stage name?
Absolutely not. I don't step on stage. Or when I do step on stage on myself. I capitalize the D though.
The D?
Mm-hmm. People that knew me before I went off to school growing up they call me Dina. Mm-hmm. And people call me Ro. So that way.
Oh, okay, a little something.
So, you know, it makes it more simple. Yeah.
So you're a performer, you're a thespian. Tell us a little bit about this.
The thespian aspect. I've been in theater for a good while now. Mm-hmm. Dabbled in it when I went to Charlotte. I was very active in the theater community in Charlotte, regionally, and all that stuff like that. I've done I've done a long list. I've done everything. I've seen so much, so many more than that. But theater it's true art. It is a true art, and it's the audience, and it's the script. So you have to have chops to be up there. So it's the truest form of art, I believe, in creation. So I love it to death. The only thing that it lacks is the fact that I didn't write it. That's
Charleston?
I am. Born and raised, grew up in North Charleston. Was an athlete for most of my childhood.
What sport?
Track and field. Wasn't. It's funny because, especially in high school, I really didn't have time to hang out and do a lot of other things that a lot of the kids did. In the mountains, doing this, that, and the third. So it was, you know, if you listen to me, you don't think I'm from here. If you hear, I mean, my sound doesn't sound like I'm from here. I mean, nothing sounds like I'm fully from here.
Tell us a little bit about your musical background, because the CD, it is different. It's not, you can't really, it's a little this, a little day, you know, gives the people a little variety.
To answer your question and then go into the musical background, I think, and a writer too, so when you take all that and put it into yourself, you come up with so many different things, because I'm a million different characters, or a million different, there's a million different facets, different ways. Plus my influences, I mean, are so different. They span from Digable Planets to Woody Mob to.
So you keep looking at my pic.
Oh no, it was cute. That's what it was. The power. It reminded me of the, you know what I'm saying, the Flavor Flav days before he was the Flavor of Love.
Yeah, before he.
It's so eclectic. It's got so much into it. But my musical back theater and jazz, and I sang with a type band in college for the reasons why. So we just, I mean, I listen to every type of music. There's nothing that comes on that I don't know.
Okay.
I listen to country. I listen to rock. That's some of my favorite music. Aerosmith is one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? Classical. Kristen Chenoweth, who's a classical opera singer, has also been on Broadway. I have her records. Beautiful, wonderful voice. And then again, I listen to hardcore. I mean, B.I.G. If you will, in my terms, you know. So this game into this game. I mean, I span so wide that all of those influences are in there, and I always have different things to pull from.
Right.
Plus, you know, I love musical theater. I listen to musicals. I mean, it's just all different types of music that I love. Gospel, you know, everything.
Okay.
So, and I played instruments, was in the band, all that other stuff, saxophone, stuff like that. So woodwinds, and, you know, did some drum major type stuff too. So it was always into music. Was always a part of my life, music and art. So I think the fact that the artistic side, you know, the art, because it's not just hip hop. It's not just like, let's talk about how that play. That's the art of storytelling. That takes it back to the Slick Rick. But it's also a vessel for writing. Flowing while I'm doing it, but I mean, I'm telling the story, and it's for me. You know, it's art for me. Just like, I mean, every part of it. Even check my style. It's a story. It's about when you walk into the very modern. It has a lot, and it's still artistic to me. I think it always artistic to me. So that's a bit about the background.
Yes.
Exactly.
Awesome.
That's my Budweiser phone. Oh, good.
Charleston. I'd like to mention some things, you know what I'm saying?
I had to get something added to know.
RoDena is hailing from North Charleston. She's in the Southeast, and soon to be recognized as one of the hottest in the game. Real hip-hop, charismatically spitting rhymes so viciously that she's being compared to MC Lyte, Lauryn Hill, Diggable. First and foremost, RoDena has won awards for her short story skills. Release dates for her debut album, Lyfez Lesunz Volume 1, My Journey Home, are set for early June in select markets. You're in the spot for the album release parties in Charleston, South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia, with tentative July markets. Are you back on blast? I was just playing around with the camera.
I see you. I'm here, back. I just needed to take that quick call. Make sure
no doubt. You want to release your own music?
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but I've ghostwritten for people for a long time. People that wanted to be out.
TV.
A couple. But in Charlotte, I've been dealing with a lot of different camps. A lot of different people that have made it, or a lot of different people who haven't. Very proud and conservative about my music because it is the pure. It's like a baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is your creation. Ready to let the world see it. You should keep quietly kept, and you know, until you're ready to get there. And that's how I've always been. I've kept it kind of quietly kept. Everyone knew that I was dabbling. So I've done a lot of writing. I always knew that I was wanting to release my own, but I gave myself a time frame to release it, and I wanted to make sure. Now, a lot of the stuff I didn't write previously, but so I'm at the point where I wanted to do it, and I waited. I held out because I didn't want to go until I was ready. Complete creative control of the project. Those were my biggest two stipulations. I had to have complete creative control. So everything on the album I wrote, arranged. So and that makes me very, very proud of it because it is the essence of me. And the name of the album, Lyfez Lesunz. And all of those little scenarios and things that I was talking about, they're things that I just moved back to Charleston in December. And all of these, and I never thought that I would be back here. Never thought that I would be back here. But when I came back here, I was embraced. Positive experience, and I didn't think it was going to be a positive experience, but it's been one of the most through everything that I went through before I, made that cipher and came back here, and I was going to name that. That's what I was going to entitle the album. Really clear. So, did I go far? Oh, the background, yeah. So,
representing MamiChula Entertainment, the sexy, the beautiful, vivacious.
So, RoDena.
yes.
Is that your stage name?
Absolutely not. I don't step on stage, or when I do step on stage.
Emphasis.
Well, for the purpose that people that knew me before I went off to school, growing up, they call me Dena. And people. Exactly.
Right.
You can see the role and you can see the Dena. It makes me feel good.
You're a performer, you're a thespian. Tell us a little bit about this.
The thespian aspect.
Right.
Everything, but really delved back into it when I went to Charlotte. I was very active in the theater community in Charlotte, regionally, and all that stuff like that. Done The Wiz, just everything. So many more than that. But theater it's true art. It is a true art. And the libretto you've been given. That's all. You have to have chops to be up there. So it's the truest form of art, I believe. Creation, so I love it to death. The only thing that it lacks is the fact that I didn't write it. That's
So you're a native of Charleston?
North Charleston High School. Was an athlete for most of my childhood.
What sport?
Track and field.
Okay.
Going a lot, so I was, especially in high school, I really didn't have time to hang out and do a lot of other things that a lot of the kids did. So, going to Georgia to train in the mountains. Doing this, that, and the third. But listen to me, you don't think I'm from here. If you
Right,
hear, and
right.
my sound doesn't sound like I'm from here. Nothing sounds like I'm from here, but I am. Totally from here.
Tell us a little bit about your musical background, because the CD, it is different. It's not variety.
Right.
Yeah, tell us about your musical background.
I think to answer your question and then go into the musical background. I think that it's like that. And a writer too. So put it into yourself. You come up with so many different things.
Right.
Because